Oh shit.
Talking to God like,
Come on, man.
nah, there's gotta
Can't
be
be
a
life.
better way than this.
You know what I'm saying?
Conversations with God.
Yeah.
This money got me going straight. Talk to my mom. She told me hold it down and just pray. Look at my kids. That's my motivation today. All my niggas dead. I'ma hold it down till the conversations with God. This money going straight.
Nowadays, you have so many young kids coming from fatherless families, right? Then the first thing the woman said, why is my child like that? Why is he's doing this, that, and the third? Why you strip him from his father?
You can't stone somebody on what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some people might not never know. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean? But once you know, you know what I'm saying, now it's important for you to do your job, your duty, and what you're supposed to be doing.
Kids screaming, got me fighting demons, chasing love, but they keep on running away. Heart been broke, shit got me going astray.
Peace, Black family. It's your boy A. I'm here with my co-host Neff.
Peace, peace.
My co-host Shakim.
What's good? What's good?
Alright, this is Pyramid Talk. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to introduce y'all to the new podcast for New Haven. We're gonna be building up the self-esteem in the community for Black men.
Worldwide, man.
Worldwide, touching on
Where
multiple
we at though,
topics.
man? Where we at?
Yeah, at New Heaven Apparel.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
My
True
guy
It's the Mecca,
Shakim.
man.
Talk that. You know what I'm saying?
Mecca right here, man.
sure.
For the local designers, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to put y'all shit up in here, man, y'all come up in here, man. Free of charge, man. We here.
Definitely,
bro.
definitely.
Yeah.
As you know, my name is Aaron. I'm a chef. Got my own company, Heartfelt Catering LLC. I'm a private chef. Come right to your home, man. Cook it up for your most famous special event. Whatever you need, for sure, definitely.
Facts. It's your boy Neff, man. For those that don't know, you know what I'm saying, I'm the owner of Kinfolk Clothing, man. It's a Black-owned brand, you know what I'm saying? I represent Black culture and my brand. I teach history through my brand, you know what I'm saying? My brand is me, and I'm my brand, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we down here, man, New Haven Apparel, man, just podcast idea we had in mind. We've been building on this for a couple of years, and I'm like, I hit the bros. I'm like, yo, we gotta definitely do this, man. It's a lot to talk about. A lot of people we want to bring on, and you know what I'm saying, have them give their perspective on things. And we're gonna talk about fatherhood. We're gonna talk about spirituality. What else we talk about, Shakir?
A lot, man.
Diet, health,
Yeah,
wealth,
health, you know what I'm saying? Mental health, you know what I'm saying?
structure
Respect,
as men.
unity.
Money.
Yeah.
Niggas love money, you know what I mean? So we
Facts.
gotta talk about that bag, too.
Yeah, man.
Everything that we need to know as Black people, we're going to
Manners,
be building
respect,
on that.
yeah,
You know what
all
I'm
of
saying?
that.
True
How we
indeed.
should be addressing each other as Black men, you know what I'm saying? How we
indeed.
should be moving together as Black men, partnership, how we should be working together as young Black entrepreneurs, how we need to learn to lean on each other, you know what I'm saying? Just to build and start really having a real community sense, putting a real effort forth towards, building Black economics.
Shakim Shabazz, man, you know what I'm saying? Part owner of New Haven Apparel, man. I'm also a music artist, man. Just got a food truck, and also we got the moving company, A to B New England Movers. So for some drivers out there, I'm looking for some drivers too, all right? Man, we paying $25 an hour for drivers and $20 an hour for labor workers.
I like that. Yeah. Hustle of the year, man. That nigga got like 1,000 hustles, man. Word.
Definitely, man. So, with that being said, man, we like to move into our first topic. Obviously, we feel as though as Black men, if you're gonna be right, mentally right, you got to get right with God. So our first topic is, spirituality. We feel like in order for you to have a real base or a foundation, what's your foundation without having God first, keeping God first, right? So, whatever that may look like to you, brothers, y'all really want to think about that, man. I'm gonna let my guys share their perspective on spirituality and how it impacts their life every day, whether it's fatherhood or entrepreneurship, and just how it's the key to a lot of things. So I'm gonna start with Shakim, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead and build. Let me know how you feel, what you think of Shakim about spirituality and the importance.
Spirituality is dope because I feel like it's me personally, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because everybody have their different views on God, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't going to get too much into religion or, however you feel, but just having the knowledge of yourself, you know what I'm saying? Actually knowing yourself, because you got your lower self and your higher self, you know what I'm saying? So praying, you know what I'm saying? Tapping in, meditating, fasting is all a part of spirituality, you know what I'm saying?
So for 1 second, when you said that, touch more on when you spoke about your lower self or your higher self, you know what I'm saying? And maybe give us some more detail about when you may have felt like you was at your higher self and when you may have felt like you was at your lower self, and how do you go about those situations?
Right. How you balance both energies?
Balance both energies. Yeah.
Well, I mean, so for me personally, when I was at my lowest self, when I didn't have knowledge of myself, you know what I'm saying? I would say I was an 85, you know what I'm saying? Out here living dumb, deaf, and blind. So,
True indeed.
in that aspect, you know what I'm saying? I was dealing with a lot of just things that, you know, I shouldn't have been doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know myself, just out here living wrong, you know what I'm saying? You know, drinking, drugging, lusting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the things that's not bearing good fruit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's you living in your lower self. I'm saying you're dealing with a lot of anger, hatred, you know what I'm saying? All of that. Those are, you know, just dealing with the four devils.
True
You know what I'm
indeed.
saying? But then when you're dealing with your higher self, you know what I'm saying, you producing good fruit. You know what I'm saying? You got love, you got peace, you got joy, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You practicing unity, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Brotherhood, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know, so that's you living in your higher self, you know what I'm saying?
True
That's
indeed.
you being seven, that's you being God, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's you living a Christ-like life, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Loving your neighbor as you love yourself,
True
like, you know
indeed. Doing to others, you like done to yourself,
So
right?
indeed.
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Facts.
So with that being said, I'd like to give Neff opportunity to speak on spirituality. Let us know what it means to him and what's his perspective on it.
For me, man, like God is everything, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I've been at a place in my life where I feel like I only had God. I don't feel like my family wasn't really there like that. I feel like friends wasn't really there. You know what I'm saying? You might be beefing with your girl. And I feel like I'm straight because, like, God always been there for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got, like, a personal relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? For me, man, like, spirituality is a foundation of everything that we need to build on.
That's a fact.
For me, it's like the Most High is like everything to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason I've reached the levels I've reached is because of God. Like, you know, my mentor the other day posted on Instagram where he like, it's like 99% spirituality and 1% hustle. And I believe that, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if you ain't got like a relationship with the Most High, it don't even matter like how much you grind. Because I know some people they good workers and you know what I'm saying they got a lot of dreams, but they got a relationship with God. They don't got no faith in nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just how I feel about it, honestly. You know what I mean? We could build more on it.
I want to kind of piggyback off
Yeah.
that because it's like, yo, because like you gotta have a relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I see people they be so fascinated with they don't even got a purpose of why they grinding. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So they so fascinated with the actual thing that they
Facts.
getting, they gift and not the gifter.
So,
You know what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
gotta always keep your eyes on God. You know what I'm saying? Because He gave it to you. So and that's also, if you know where it came from, you know who the Most High is. It's just keep you humble.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because as quick as you get it, as quick as you can lose it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that's important. You know what I'm saying? That's important. Like, you know what I'm saying? Knowing God. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all spiritual beings. Like,
Facts.
I just kind of look at it like, if it's a big ass jug of water, right? Excuse my language, right?
Yeah.
And it's 3 cups and you pouring water. That, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
to
kind of
the
like,
jugs, yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Facts, yeah. How do you look at it? What's your perspective
You know
on
what I'm
that?
saying? So you take the water out the cup, is nothing.
True
Yeah.
indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
And
Empty,
that's
right?
the same thing with the body. You know what I'm saying? It's a spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we spiritual beings first.
True indeed. In the physical world, right?
Facts,
Mhm.
facts.
Mhm.
Definitely, man. I think, with that being said, the other side to spirituality is faith, right? I think that it's us, all 3 of us being entrepreneurs, right? There's a lot of times when we didn't have it figured out. All we have is a vision. You have faith. So I feel like when he said entrepreneurship is 99% spirituality, it's true because a lot of times you going on blind faith. You don't really know if what you're doing gonna be successful.
True indeed.
You don't really know if what you're doing gonna really pay off. But all you got is a feeling inside. And it's like you hear that voice in your head. And that's the Most High. That's God telling you to keep going, to keep pressing on.
Right.
And true faith is to be able to do what? When you're doing as an entrepreneur, you moving off what? Your own self and the knowledge and relationship that you got
Yeah.
with God.
Yeah.
And you trusting them. Because everybody in your face is telling you you could be doing something wrong.
Right.
But why you doing that?
This
Or-
ain't
or-
gonna
or
work.
you be
Yeah,
doing
this
it
ain't gonna
This
work.
ain't gonna work.
This
You
ain't-
come
yeah.
across signs and stuff. You know what I'm
Signs,
saying?
exactly.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
like,
Facts.
you might, let's say you do an event, and then you meet somebody else, and they link you up with somebody, and it just be signs everywhere to, like, keep going. Like, because as an entrepreneur, sometimes you want to give up. It's hard.
It's
That's
hard,
why it's not
bro.
for everybody.
It's
It
hard.
ain't
You
like
know what I
working a regular job.
Nah.
Your
Right.
job, you could just show up and do nothing.
Facts.
Okay, I'm gonna get this check at the end of the week. You know what I'm
Still
saying?
get paid.
It ain't about nothing. I'm gonna come in and do the bare minimum.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna take 20 bogey breaks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go
Be in
take
the
a piss
bathroom on my
for
phone.
take a piss for
Facts.
15 minutes while I'm on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And you still gonna get paid. But
Right.
with this is like
You don't work, you don't eat.
Yeah, and you gotta show up. You know what I'm saying? So
You gotta show up.
And
you gotta
sometimes
perform.
that's a fact. Sometimes you ain't gonna want to even show up because you might have 3 months that you feel like they wasn't your month. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Back to back, 90 days. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So it just take your faith. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like
You might be exhausted. You might gotta get up at 4 in the morning. You might not stop work until 4 in the morning.
real
You might
talk.
work 24 hours of the day, bro. For real though, like that's entrepreneurship. You might work, like you might drive yourself crazy. You might not have a break for days and days and days. So what's driving you? It's the driving force from God, the motivation that you getting from the relationship that you got with the Father, because you seeing what the entrepreneurship is paying off. You starting to grow as an entrepreneur. You start to see it pay off. So now you become what? Stronger. You become wiser. You become fearless, almost in a sense, because
And your faith gets stronger, right?
facts. Because really, it's mental. It's all mental, right? But entrepreneurship, a lot of times people are afraid to do things, and then after you do them, you say to yourself, like, that wasn't
That was
hard.
nothing.
Yeah, that was nothing.
Mhm.
That was nothing. So it's
So,
like entrepreneurship not only builds you up, your confidence, but it builds your relationship with God, because it's almost like God is talking to you, because you like you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know where your next opportunity is gonna come from. And sometimes you go to an opportunity, you meet somebody at the venue that could change your life or give you a whole nother opportunity. Like, how do you know that this person's gonna be here at this time for you in this
right,
moment?
everything be lining itself up. Yeah,
Come
that's
on,
real
man.
though.
That's
yeah,
God.
That's real.
That's faith.
That's a fact, because I feel like I do you one better. So like before I was here, we had the store here at New Haven Imperial. I was New Haven Imperial. We was in West Haven, and I remember that shit. It just wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like I have slow days, slow weeks, and I'm like, yo, there's something gotta give.
Yeah.
And for a part of me was like, yo, and I ain't gonna ever hold you. I started hustling again. Like at one point, I started hustling I had to do the fashion week in LA.
Yeah.
I had to hustle to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Pay
that's
for
how
my
it be,
paint,
though.
I ain't had no
Yeah.
bread. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Maybe this ain't even it. So I think I stopped for a second. I went on the tour, maybe music. You know what I'm saying? I did like a couple shows. When I came back, I was like, yo, this ain't it. But I remember praying or just meditating, fasting, and I remember God saying, He told me to leave. He's like, yo, nah, leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. I'm like, where the fuck am I? He said, yo, check Dixwell. I'm like, nah. I'm like, well, then I'm like, yeah. But I'm like, but I don't got no cash, no
facts.
nothing. So
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, so I'm like, I just need guidance, man. I need you to connect me with somebody that can help take me to the next level.
Facts.
Went to the barber shop. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up
Regular,
paying to my barber.
yeah.
That's my business partner now. Shout out Gary Gates. And he just
Facts.
he like, word, yo, nephew, check over here, check this spot. I'm not even knowing. He prepping me. He like, yo, look, man, y'all got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fuck with y'all. I'm gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? So, but as I'm praying, and I got it like directly right after I'm praying, like,
Come on,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So,
Come on
and
now.
so when God was telling me like, yo, nah, you going, I seen it on Dixwell, like,
Yeah.
he was showing me them dreams. I'm like, nah, I ain't. So people be like, yo, where you new spot? I'll be like, yo, it's on Dixwell, but it ain't open
Yeah.
yet. That's just
You
the
ain't
faith.
even had nothing on Dixwell.
I ain't never had nothing the whole time. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, where? I'm like, yo, it's down on the line.
You
You
manifested it,
know
bro.
what I'm saying? But I was just getting it because that's what he gave me. But I'm like, yo, I won't. They like, yo. So people would ask me, I'd be like, yeah. Then it just came into fruition. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
How he connected me with him. You know what I'm saying? Then just different things. Even here, how we got this spot. Because when I seen it, I was like, nah, this ain't it. Because I was trying to get another spot down the street. I'm like, yo, it's that one. But he told me no. He was like, nah,
It's
it
the
ain't
one
that
right
one.
here.
That's the one, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I felt it like come across my spirit, this ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go talk to the landlord and he was on some BS. He was like, yo, he told me like, yo, the rent will go up depending on how much money you make. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it like that. If you're doing good, then it's gonna go up to this. I'm like, hey, how you do? So I'm like, nah, that ain't it. But then my business partner was like, yo, G Gates, he was like, yo, nah, go check my man right here, da-da-da. So and just everything just worked out how it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I kept my eyes on God. You know what I'm saying?
100%, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Tell them how long it took.
It took a minute, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
even when we first got this spot, then we had got it and then COVID happened.
Facts.
So that was crazy. I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. How am I pay for this now? I
You
lost
know,
my
what's,
job.
you know what's crazy though, King, to tap in what you're saying? So your whole process, nobody seen that though.
Nobody.
People seen, I remember when you first started building the store, you just getting hella shares.
Facts,
Niggas don't
yeah.
even know what you going through trying to get the
Trying
spot
to get
ready.
the
You
spot
feel-
right,
To
yeah.
even get the spot in the first place. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
It was crazy. I think like the girl I was with at the time, and there was no shade in that. You know what I'm saying? We cool as ever. You know what I'm saying? But she just couldn't see it. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
and a lot of people couldn't see. Even like a lot of my
Talk
friends, they
Speak
was
on
like,
that,
yo,
yeah.
this nigga bugging. This nigga talking about they talking about some God shit. You know what I'm saying? He talking
Facts, though.
about, yo, he ain't hustling. This nigga crazy, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, I remember one time I was like, yo, you wear the same sweatsuit every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm grinding. I'm trying to
Yeah,
do
Got a
something.
vision.
Yeah.
Got a vision. Yo, but it's not meant for them though, cause
Facts.
God didn't give it to
Yeah,
them.
give it to them. He
Yeah,
gave it to, you know
give
what
it
I'm
to
saying?
you.
I bet you
Yeah,
now
give it
they don't.
Facts. Now we sitting in the store. It's pyramid talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
starting from a vision. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Indeed, from the
Faith
bottom,
talk.
man.
So indeed. So
Mhm.
to sum it up, man, that's most important, brothers. Like y'all gotta really get in touch with God, pray. You know what I'm saying? Meditate. You know what I'm saying? Makes you a better man. Makes you better spiritually, inside, outside, right?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it's an influence you can have on your children,
Sure
influence
do.
you can have on the women in your life. You know what I'm saying? And people in the community, man. So definitely, man, get right with God, whatever that may be for you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got different preferences, but tap into that, fellas, for sure.
Real talk.
And definitely, like, yo, pick up your Bible, man. I know as black people, we've been told the Bible, but the Bible's our story, though.
Talk that.
And I learned that recently, like, you know, growing up, coming from Jamaica, people used to tell me that, like, you know, the Rastafarian, those kind of people used to say, yo, the Bible's your story. But I didn't really realize it until I started reading for myself. And I see myself in the Bible.
Talk that.
Not saying I'm, you know what I mean, a prophet. I'm saying I see my people in the Bible, you know what I mean?
Facts.
And I think that like even the story of Job, for people that don't know the story of Job, right? Job was this great man. He had everything, all these riches, and the devil came to God and said, "Yo, he only faithful to you because you gave him, you blessed him." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And God like, nah, he's faithful to me because he's faithful to me. The devil ended up taking everything from Job, and Job lost everything. His wife left him, his kids died. There was a whole lot of things happened to him, and he ain't lose his faith though.
His friends cursed him too.
His friends cursed him.
Because at the end, what God said, basically, like, he made, that's Job, right? When he was basically telling his friends, like, yo, if you have him pray for you,
True
then
indeed.
we'll, you know what I'm saying?
True
Then he'll forgive him, and that'll save him.
True
Facts.
indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
That if you get him to pray for you, then you will be our Messiah.
True indeed. True indeed.
That's hard.
So that's that story for me personally. Like when I'm at my lowest, I always remember the story of Job. You know what I mean? It inspires me. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me to just keep going and don't lose my faith. You know, and I feel like it's important. That's why the Bible is there for us to find inspiration, and we got to tap into that and try to find ourselves. Whether it's in Jonah, whether it's in Job, whether it's in Noah, whoever it is, we got to find ourselves in those people. That's what the Bible's about. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
You know?
Joseph, I that's my probably one of, besides, you know, Jesus, like, Joseph joint was dope.
Yeah.
I like Paul.
Paul.
Saul, because he
Paul
was a
shit
killer.
is ill.
Right.
Saul
Change his
came
life
from
around.
Paul.
And he was the worst. He was the worst disciple.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people still reflects on that. There's only was 12 disciples,
Right.
but being that Paul was the last disciple, he was the one that walked with Jesus, but he was the most murderous one. He will kill any and everything. He will hurt and diminish any and everything. And two, he understood what Jesus needed him for. Then once he understood that, he gave his life to him. And he looked up at him. He said, "You are my Messiah."
I do one better. So actually,
That's
Paul
powerful.
was the only disciple that didn't walk with Jesus.
Mm.
He didn't walk with Jesus because he was going to kill everybody who was Christian. He was going to kill everybody who was Christian, and then God stripped him of his eyesight.
Well, actual facts. You are
And
definitely
then,
true on
then
that.
from there, so when Peter and all them was hearing about him preaching, they was like, yo, nah, this dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was supposed to be on the other side, but they got like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He preaching the gospel now.
Yeah, he's with me.
Changed his life around.
He changed his
So
life.
he went from Saul to Paul, right?
Yeah.
He was Saul
Word.
first. He was Saul.
Right.
Yeah, true
He was
indeed.
killing Christians. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but not even just to
But that show you how you could change your life around, though,
True
bro.
indeed, true
You know what I
indeed.
mean?
And you know what? Another thing I like to piggyback on, you know, is like you were just talking about the Bible, you know, and a lot of people take their own context and put it in their own words, you know, and you have a lot of people that mimics the Bible, you know. But one of my favorite chapters in the Bible is Ephesians, you know,
That's a good book.
and I love when it speak about, you know, respect thy mother and thy father at all costs,
Saying that to you
or
earlier,
receive
right?
death.
Indeed.
And
So
parents,
what you
do not provoke thy child nor children towards anger.
did.
You know, I respect that, right? But nowadays you have so many young kids coming from fatherless families, right? Then the first thing the woman said, why is my child like that? Why is he's doing this, that, and the third? Why you strip him from his father? Ask yourself that. Why did you strip that child from his father? Because either you was having biblical problems with him or he was having biblical problems with you. You know?
That's real.
Facts.
And the thing is, you know, you ask a person, yeah, about the Bible, this, that, and the third. They be like, oh, yeah, I read the Bible. Do you know what the Bible means? Oh, well, it means, you know, what God said. No, it's basic instructions before leaving earth.
Facts. That's the
You know?
acronym. And
See-
yo, and that's the simplest what the Bible means. The Bible is just instructions to follow. You know what I'm saying? People try to like make the Bible deeper than it really is. Like Malcolm X story could be in the Bible. Nipsey's story could be in the Bible. Great men that
But
live.
see, the thing
You know
is,
what I'm
not to even
saying?
cut your wisdom, God. Your story could be in the Bible. You said earlier, you know, I'm not a prophet. Why would you not call yourself a prophet? If you speak in truth and understanding, growth, if you have morals, standards, you know what I mean, ethics, purpose, you know,
Right.
that's all a prophet does.
Right.
You know, they prophesize things, you know.
Indeed.
If you can foresee something happen before it's already happened, that's like if you out there with your man, right, and you be like, yo, man, my man be on some wild stuff, be like, you know what, I'm going to fall back because I know this BS about to pop off with him, right?
Right, yeah.
And it does, you foresaw that. So as so, you are a prophet because you just prophesized what was going to happen and what took place.
Right.
So never, you know, undermine yourself, you know what I mean, drop yourself down, I'm not a prophet, because you know what, any black man that's out here spitting jewels and dropping diamonds trying to lift they self first and foremost, because you can't uplift nothing if you're not uplifted.
Facts.
You can't born nothing if you're not born.
Self-saving. You got
You know-
to save
Real,
yourself
man.
before you can save
Real.
anything else.
And true indeed, actual facts. And my thing is this: why you're interacting with all of that at the same context? You sit back and you be like, you know what? Damn, a lot of these brothers, a lot of these sisters can't get that veil off their face.
Yeah.
That mask is stuck. They scared to bring that up. See, they fear what they don't understand.
Facts.
And the majority of our people, they don't understand self.
So,
So now, when they're in front of somebody who has master self, who know who self is, and you born life to them, they get rebellious. You know what I mean?
Why?
They get defensive.
Why is
Why
that?
is the questions asked by the deaf, dumb, and blind? You ain't neither the three, brother. You know why.
I want to hear from your
Oh, all right,
mouth.
hold on.
Hold on
Before we
now.
do that-
Hold on now. You said that, but it's people who gonna be tuning in
facts.
who are 85ers, who are dumb, deaf, and blind.
All right, hold up. Yeah, that's why I'm about to get back to
No,
him.
no
Hold on.
disrespect to
Before we
nobody.
do
It just
that,
means
though-
people who not into know.
Yeah.
You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
This is the next topic pretty much that we building on, which is unity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's building, he's talking to y'all and explaining why this is important and how to bring the community together. So what did he talk about unity? The first thing he said was what? Knowledge of self. That is true, bro. Like, a lot of black folks do not have knowledge of self, right? And they are intimidated by the brother who does have knowledge of self, right?
And I'm gonna break it down to you. I'm gonna born life to you as you were saying. Why? I'm gonna hit you with this jewel, right? If we never talked on the phone, right? And you came up in this spot, and you just see me coming like this, right? Your antenna's gonna go up like, yo, all right, let me post, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Figure this brother out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See now, you fearing what you don't understand,
Right.
right?
Right.
Now, once we start gravitating, you know what I mean, and generating, you be like, oh, yo, that's
That's a good
peace.
brother right here.
That's
Yeah.
peace.
Yeah.
Now,
Your level comes
your
down.
level come
Yeah.
down. Now, all right, this someone like me,
That's what I was saying to you last night.
right?
Remember?
And the thing is this, right? I can't expect you to be like me.
Right.
I can't expect him to be like him or him like him.
Everybody's
Or
themselves.
everybody they self, right?
Mhm.
But once you get a powerful TNT, and TNT is the most powerful bomb in the world. Once you get a TNT type cipher going on, it's real explosive.
Facts.
You know?
Right.
And people like, say you have a young woman in your life, right? And you born in life to her, you know what I mean? And you constantly born in life to her, right? When you said enough is enough, you know what I mean? Because this is draining your life as you trying to born life. Now when you go to step to part A, from part A to part B, oh, why are you doing this? Why is that? Ask yourself, my beloved.
True indeed. 'Cause
Do you
draining
have
me.
anything in you that's self-saving that I said to you? You know? Is there anything that I said to you that you can grasp and elevate me?
Right.
But I was telling you before, God, Shakim, we all know, being God bodies, we all know peace is the absence of confusion, right? We know if there was no peace up here on this earth or in our lives, there would be nothing but confusion, right?
Right.
So therefore, if somebody know your attribute, know your regiment, why would they disturb your peace?
So that's deep. So now we need to figure out, right, what he's speaking on is true. So how do we bring everybody else up to speed, so to speak, right? The 85 is like us as young
So-
brothers that got the knowledge.
So I want to piggyback on Shakim because you said it twice, right? Now explain to the people that don't know what is the 85er. What's the
Right, so yeah,
difference?
let's start
the
by
three,
that.
you know what I'm saying? The
Just
three
people who
percentage and all that.
who don't know. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like 85 is a, how can I say it? In the most
Ironic way.
Yeah.
not ironic, but in the
More
basically
civil
so-
way.
People who just
Yeah,
let it be
yeah,
correct
and-
way.
and- and-
In-
like,
in-
to
in the
dumb
most-
it down.
In,
to dumb it down.
in the most biblical way.
Nah. So all right, so you got out of 100, you got 5%. Those are the people who know the truth and willingly give it to you or give it to us because it's rightfully yours. You know what I'm
Or
saying? You
righteous
got the
teachers, right?
true indeed,
True
true indeed.
indeed.
Then you got the 10%. Those are those who know the truth,
Truth, but don't want to
they-
exercise it.
But
Facts.
nah, they exercise it, but they use it for their own gain.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
there's
The
other
government.
people.
Yeah.
Other people. It could be a whole bunch of people. It could be.
Yeah, yeah.
It could be
Anybody.
false
yeah.
prophet.
Facts, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
A lot of
preachers,
those
or, you know
nowadays.
what I'm
A lot of false
saying?
prophets
Or-
nowadays.
Celebrities.
different people.
Right.
I mean, it could be whatever. Whoever know the truth and they use it for their own gain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or and then you got your 85ers. It's just, well, like you said, dumb, deaf, and blind people who just out here, they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
They don't got a DJ clue what's going on. So
Exactly.
those are what you know what I mean. You know, there's people who lost, like people who not woke. They're not woke yet. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You can't stone somebody on what they don't know.
True
You know what
indeed.
I'm saying? Some people might not never know. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so, you know what I mean?
Facts.
But once you know, you know what I'm saying, now it's important for you to do your job, your
Yeah.
duty, and what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. And to piggyback to what you were saying, God, right?
Right,
all,
man.
all eyes that's open isn't awoke. And all eyes that's closed isn't asleep.
So,
You know, for the simple fact I say that to say this, you know what I mean? To be the fool, you have to play the fool's game.
facts.
And I haven't seen nobody be the fool yet. That's why he got that acronym, a fool. Because he will play you, or she will play you, into thinking they are a fool.
Right.
But they'll be 4 to 5 steps ahead of you.
Right.
So basically, you'll be the one that's lost. You'll be the one that's left back. You know? And to see 3 young brothers here, younger than me, y'all can be doing anything in that streets. If y'all ain't already did it, came around it, came about it, and came up out of it. And if you did and you come up out of it, that's a true indeed blessing. For the simple fact, y'all age bracket right now is downhill.
Yeah.
First thing that white man said, how old is it? Where you from? Oh, 50 years, 60 years.
Yeah.
Right now, y'all own clothing stores, y'all own catering businesses and stuff like that.
Right.
Y'all are doing something with your lives, right? Y'all are aspiring younger and older
True indeed.
Indeed.
to be like, damn, yo, that young brother got this, that's his. Yo, I can do this, you know?
Right.
But you can say I can do this, but you have to want to do this,
Right.
you know? You
Right.
can't always look for a helping hand, you know? You can't, if you fall, you can't always be like, yo, man, this, that. Because a crying shoulder are sometimes a running mouth. Oh, yo, he thought he was that. He thought he was on that. Oh, he broke this, that. No, I'm not broke.
Right. That's facts.
I'm reaching out. I'm crying out, you know what I mean? Because not that I need help, but I want you to see my struggle, my pain, so you ain't got to go through what I'm going through.
Facts.
But a lot of people don't understand that. You know, everybody's stuck in their own way.
All right, fellas.
We
So
back.
basically, we back. You know, we was talking about knowledge of self, and I just want to explain why knowledge of self is important for unity. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to have unity and understand how to love your brother or love your neighbor, right? You gotta have knowledge of self. You gotta understand why it's important to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you can give that knowledge to others, so to speak,
That's a
right?
fact.
So that's everything we pretty much just been building on the last few topics. Knowledge of self is important. It's key. If you love yourself, know where you come from, love your people, love your family, you can give that energy to others and spread that wealth. You know what I'm saying? So to speak, we want to talk about more about what it was like for us coming up. We're gonna have Neff talk about his experiences growing up in Jamaica and making that transition to America. So touch on that, bro. Let us know.
Definitely, man. So I come from a place called Jonestown, it's Kingston 12. You know what I mean, in Jamaica. At the time when I came here when I was 8. At that time, it was considered like the worst place in Jamaica. Like, you know what I'm saying. But I went from Kingston 12. Bob Marley got a song where he talk about, you know, Trenchtown Rock. That's Kingston 12. That's where I come from. But then I moved to Kingston 8, which is uptown Kingston. You know what I mean? So the two areas I come from, they kind of was at beef with each other. You have PNP, you have JLP, two different areas. But, which is, you know, that's a whole nother story. It was rough coming up. We had to walk barefoot. You know what I mean? We had to climb people's fence when they wasn't home to pick stuff off their tree to go sell. I done seen a lot, man. Shootings.
Yeah.
Talk to
You know what I
him.
mean? Shootings happening in your yard. You got to turn the light off, drop on the ground. It's a lot of things. Going to school, you got to walk past people with their pistol in their pocket and they got no shirt on, and it's intimidating because you got to walk past them. You're a kid though, but you know what I mean? So just those experiences, I feel like molded me into the man I am today. It gave me strength. So when I go through things, it's nothing to me. I see people up here that complain. I'm like, yo, you got food stamps. You never had no food stamps. And never had no Section 8, you know what I mean? We ain't have nothing. Like, we took showers outside because somebody in the house taking a shower. You live with a bunch of people, and it's cold. People think Jamaica ain't cold. Nighttime it get cold. You know what I mean? Or at least chilly. So, you know, those experiences, I feel like make me who I am, made me the man I am, and made me the entrepreneur I am. Because like I said, we used to sell things on the street. My stepmom taught us that. So people now home, my cousin climbed the tree, he throwing stuff down. We gotta catch it. I gotta catch it, but we gotta look out, make sure nobody coming. You know what I mean? And that's how we made money to buy school clothes, because we wear uniforms. People don't wear regular Jordans, which is a good thing because nobody judging each other, because none of us got nothing. So,
Right.
you know what I mean? That's the beautiful thing about Jamaica. It's a lot of unity. It's a sense of community. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
So basically, you're saying there was massive poverty in Jamaica.
Definitely.
Coming up as Jamaica, as a look at you
Yeah.
in Jamaica, and you know, when you're just like, you know, from Kingston and all of that, you know,
Right.
Kingston 12 to Kingston 8 and everything like that, how both sides was beefing with each other and how you got to walk to school, you know what I mean, being intimidated because you got your other little youths out there, they got pistols on them and everything like that, and
Yeah,
ratchets and stuff,
definitely.
you know.
Yeah.
But at the same token, how did this affect your mother and your father?
Well, for me, my mother died when I was 7. You know what I mean? My mom
Bless
passed.
up.
Yeah. My mother died when I was 7. It's deep, man. My story deep. Like, but my mom died with basically my father took me from my mother. You know what I'm saying? He came back. He was in America going to school up here. He was going to Southern, and he came down to Jamaica and he seen like the living situation I was in. It was rough, you know. She had took me away, brought me to country, so my clothes wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So he took me away. He actually ended up finding me because he had to go on the radio station. He was like, "Yo, I'm looking for my son." So he ended up finding me, and he tried to give me to some of my family members. None of them wanted to take me, you know what I mean? So he was dating this lady at the time, my stepmother who raised me. I love her to death for that. She took me in. She had kids already. My father had him come back to America because his airplane ticket was about to expire. And then eventually, a couple years later, he came back for me and brought me up here. And I've been here ever since. I went home a couple times to go back to school, stuff like that. But I just came here, and I think that, like, in America, there's so much opportunities that people don't see. So that's why, for me, like, I got friends that, like I had a friend say to me one day, he's like, "Yo, Neff, you always been better than us." I'm like, I'm not better than nobody. I just got ambition, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have no ambition.
I just want better.
Yeah, I just want more because you know, when you compare where you come from to where
Where you at right now? Yes.
you see so much opportunity that people don't see, you know what I mean? So that's just a little backdrop of my story. Moving forward, I could talk more about it, but that's a little bit about me.
That was big. That was big.
For sure. Definitely, man. I'd like to touch more on my story as well. I was born in New Haven, you know what I'm saying? Moved when I was young. My dad, you know what I'm saying, was that 80s era. He was a big time hustler out here. So, you know, he did his thing out here, you know. Things got kind of high. He decided to move us, to give us a better life. But, you know, we moved to Norfolk, Virginia, you know. So we spent a lot of time in the South, grew up in the South. We actually started off living off in a shelter, like, you know what I'm saying? We went down there to try to move with, like, my mom's younger brother. He was going to Norfolk State at the time. And I guess they didn't tell him like they was coming. They just popped up and expected him to show love, but you know he decided that he didn't want us to stay, so we had to stay in the shelter for like 6 months or so, like you know what I'm saying. So we went from there, moved into a place. Obviously, I grew up there. Growing up in Norfolk was cool, like you know what I'm saying. It's just like any other place. It's kind of similar to New Haven. It's a little bigger, so to speak, but you got your neighborhoods. You go through the regular shit. Just growing up as a kid, getting into regular fights, doing kid shit or whatever, like you know what I'm saying. And then when I got to a teenager, got a little different. My mom's and them, they separated, so now pretty much out here on my own to figure shit out, like you know what I'm saying. Since I was 14, pretty much providing my own clothes, you know what I'm saying, providing my own shelter, so to speak. Finding my own food, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
One of the first dudes I knew had a job. Like, you got a job, bro?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I get one of
Oh, you
those.
get a job.
I was selling butter. You got a job? You get one
You
of
get a
those.
job,
Like,
yeah.
you just go down, you fill out this paper right here. I went down there, it's like, yeah, you too young, man. How you get it? I'm like, damn.
Shit's hard, yo.
Hey, let me ask you this. How do you feel growing up in the Commonwealth state?
Yeah, it was crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, VA was like, honestly, it was a good experience, like, but down there it was like, it's a misconception, so to speak, like, you know what I'm saying? People think it's the country, but Norfolk is kind of like Virginia's kind of like in the middle, kind of almost like DC, so to speak. So
Yeah,
like,
right, DMV
niggas is
area.
niggas is country, so to speak, but niggas ain't country, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like niggas got like a up north mentality, like, you know what I'm saying? But niggas
Is
just
that for interacting with brothers from up north and stuff like
interacting
that?
brothers up north. A lot of niggas in Virginia, niggas love up north music, so like we grew up on that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas grew up on Jigga, niggas grew up on Dipset, niggas grew up on, you know what I'm saying, Rockefeller, like that's heavy down there. So sometimes when you get to like Carolina or something like that, no disrespect, that's when it get like country. But Virginia is more so like niggas got swag, like you know what I'm saying?
So you basically saying like VA is more like Maryland, DC,
Facts,
and
like
everything
a
like that, because we know,
That's why they call it DMV.
yeah, DMV. For the simple fact is, me, I done travel all three of those.
Sure
You
did,
know,
yeah.
my son live in VA right now.
Facts,
He grew up in VA, born here, grew up in VA.
Facts, yeah.
And I understand about, we could talk about Newport News, we could talk about Norfolk, Virginia Beach,
Facts.
we could talk about,
Suffolk, yeah.
yeah, Suffolk, all of that. We can talk about all of that. We can talk about DC from northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. We could go on streets, Minnesota Ave, you know what I mean?
Talk
All
that,
of these,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Georgia Ave,
Yeah.
this, that, and the
Virginia?
third. Georgia Ave, you know what I mean? P Street, you know what I mean? We can talk about all that. We can go to Maryland, talk about all of that, because I know, years ago, and it, it's died down, but Maryland always had a problem with up north dudes,
Facts, yeah.
especially if they see you wearing that New York fitted, it's a
Yeah,
problem, you know what I
yeah.
mean? They trying to spin your ass around like the
Facts.
young James Brown,
Always had a chip on their
because
shoulder, yeah.
for the simple fact is because they think you down there trying to bag them, or you trying to move heavy weight down there and stuff like that,
Yeah.
And like you said, VA is in the midst of things, they country, but they're not country, they country with up north tempo.
Facts, exactly.
And I understand that wholeheartedly and everything like that. So my question to you is, since you've been here, doing your thing since you was 14, now you in your early 30s, you know what I mean?
Right.
Handsome young man, you don't grow up, you don't born yourself,
Yes, sir.
knowledge yourself, you know what I mean? How was that transition for you?
It was it was an experience, bro, because like, you know what I'm saying? Coming in the South is like, it's more so like niggas deal with you on principle, like, you know what I'm saying? But you move up here, niggas is wild, like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas, you look at niggas wrong, niggas want to take your chain, niggas want, you know what I'm saying? So that was a new experience I had to get, like, not to say tougher, but I just had to grow a different type of skin when I came up here, because down there, you know what I'm saying? You from the hood, like, you could be a ball player down there, you know what I'm saying? And niggas knew you grew up in the hood, niggas gonna respect you the same. But up here, it's not like that. You could be a ball playing ass nigga, it don't matter. You run across the wrong nigga from your same neighborhood, you know what I'm saying?
Get
He may-
robbed.
get robbed.
Lay your ass.
Yeah, it's different. So like I had to adapt to that coming up here. That was a new experience. But it definitely made me who I am today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Growing up here, same thing. I came up here, it was just me. At that time, I ain't had no relationship with my dad at that time, for me. So now I'm up here. That's why I was working a job, my nigga. Like my mom's couldn't afford no rent. Like we getting evicted from place to place. So the little checks and shit I was making, that was keeping me with a cell phone, keeping me with some clothes on my back, you know what I'm saying? getting me some food and shit like that. And I would just stay at my nigga's crib, like Marquise, you know what I'm saying? He had it, his mom's had it, so I'd be at Cree's crib or be with Javon, like, you know what I'm saying? Or Frank, you know what I'm saying? Frank had a nice little spot and shit, so that's how I kind of made it through high school, kind of just leaning on my niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? And just hustling, grinding, doing what I had to do. Yeah.
Yes, unity.
Yeah,
I mean,
unity.
you was dealing with
Had some
somebody.
silent
You was dealing with your A and likes.
Facts. Had some silent. Even when I was in Virginia, like, you know what I'm saying? Story is crazy because, like, got into something with my pops, you know what I'm saying? I needed somewhere to stay. Had a girl down there at the time I was living with. She ended up giving me a place to stay. I ended up finishing my freshman year living with my girl, you know what I'm saying? So that situation went left. Luckily, I had some silent niggas that I was in school with. They gave me a place to stay for my mom's, moved me back up here to CT, so there's a lot of shit going on, you know what I'm saying? So
And to piggyback on King saying, and that's why unity is important,
facts,
because we
bro.
need each
Yeah.
other.
We need each other,
You know what I
I'm
mean? I remember when I used to go to my cousin's house in West Haven, man. I used to feel like it was like Disney World, bro. He had the basic thing. I had nothing at the crib, you know. We had no TV. My father was like, "Yo, read your book." So like, we need that. Like, we need each other.
Facts,
For real,
yeah.
man. All this I could do by myself. That's why we losing as black people, because we think we can do everything by ourselves.
But hold,
You know what I mean?
but hold it, pick it back on what you said, right? When you just said your father like read this book, right? Aren't you glad you read that book?
1,000%.
All right. See, the simple fact is, you know, and I'm gonna go again, you know, yeah, Jamaican is poverty all over. We can go from Kingston, we go from Barbican, we can go.
That's kind of where I grew up.
Bobby-
Grandspin.
Grandspin, Barbican?
Yeah, I went to Newgate school. Yeah, you know
man.
your stuff, man.
All right, right.
Know
So,
your stuff.
so the thing is, like, I'm saying, like, yet, order for you to have TVs down there,
Yeah.
your people got to have money sent down, or they got to be into that music industry or something for you to have something real nice down
Something
there.
simple.
So
Yeah.
simple. So by your father telling you to read that book, right? And you thought he was being,
I thought he was being mean, man.
yeah, you would think he was being mendacious and stuff like that, right? But what he was installing in you, you gonna read this. You're not gonna watch TV. You're not gonna play these games.
Yeah.
This, that, and the third. What I'm installing in you, you'll learn in the long run.
You know what I'm doing now? I'm installing the same thing with my son.
See,
Facts, yeah.
now check this out though. What he installed in you, right? And you thought he was being mean, right? You installed it in your son, right? But your son right now, he understanding that he don't think my dad is being mean, right? Cause see, what's wrong
That's
now?
real.
What's wrong with this unity now, right? Everybody got cell phones, everybody got TVs, everybody got games, this, that, and the third. That's why they don't listen to their parents, right? You got parents that are scared of their kids.
Facts.
All right? You got young girls in their 30s, 40s, smoking with their daughters that's 18, 19. So that's not your child. You're not her parent.
Right.
You're her peers. You're her friend.
So indeed, that's why she don't respect you.
That's
You
why
even
she
see
don't-
certain, like, not to cut you off, OG, but you even see certain women on Facebook and they twerking in front of their sons. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with these people, man?
Or they have
Yo,
their,
growing up,
or they
I
have
never-
their little daughters up there, 5, 6 years old,
Twerking.
twerking.
No
Yo,
knowledge.
growing up, my
Yeah.
aunt and them, yo, I never even heard my aunt and them cuss.
Come on now.
Real talk, my aunt and them was just godly women. So to see this new generation, we're gonna get into another time, but this new generation is lost, man. For
And
real.
that's why we here right now on this podcast trying to elevate, you know, and escalate unity within our youth, you know. We have fathers breaking it down. Father and mother, I love you. You know? I mean, fatten her. One who fatten her. Love. Love is the highest form of elevation.
So indeed.
You know, family, father and mother, I love you. You know, so let me correct that, you know. And a lot of people don't understand what love is. You can't love a community if one hasn't been taught love. If one hasn't been taught love, how can they respect love?
Indeed.
So therefore, if one don't know nothing about it, he's not going to respect it. She's not going to respect it.
Right.
You know, you got to crawl before you walk. Some run before they even start crawling. You know, but as a community, right now, it's more than 3 people in this circle, right? This is considered a community. This is how a community is started. This is how a community is built. This is how a business is built.
Facts.
And our business right now is to build these young brothers up, these young women, these grown women, and these grown brothers.
Pyramid.
Because right now, everybody in here are entrepreneurs. Even this brother right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know? And I tilt my hat to the God, you know? We came up slinging and banging, doing things for each other, you know?
Right.
We even had, you know, a disagreement.
Right.
But that disagreement didn't lead us to like this with each other. this disagreement, just like, all right, nigga, I respect you, stay over there, I stay over there, this, down the third, until we could come up, you know, with a situation that we could be around each other and we can continue elevating.
Touch more on that though. Touch more on that before, because I want you to touch. That's unity, like.
Right.
I
Yes.
want you to touch
That's
about
powerful.
being a brother. Yeah, like having a real situation with a brother and not feeling like you gotta take this man's life.
Hold up, but that, as I was saying,
Talk that.
this man is right here. This man ain't out there. I'm telling this man right in his face. You know, and we didn't have to go like this. Yet we had the discrepancy,
Yeah.
but we didn't have to go like this.
Yeah.
Look where we are right now.
Right here.
We right here in the same room. I go to this man laundry mat
Facts.
and everything like that, right? I give money to this man.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, and then you always talk about family. You know, all family ain't blood, and all blood ain't family. Understand that this man can love you more than your own brother.
True.
I mean, you see what happened to Cain and Abel, all right? Okay.
That's
but
our favorite conversation.
but you know what though?
Yeah.
We'll touch bases on that
Yeah.
at a different time.
Right.
But what I'm saying is about a community growth, a understanding growth, a knowledge of self growth. This man has knowledge of self. You have knowledge of self. You have knowledge of self. He has knowledge of self. I have knowledge of self. But at the same token, how can we reiterate a lot of people's thoughts and change their way of thinking as to the way they move through life?
True indeed. So I'm gonna say this, right? First, I would like to introduce Trip, man. This dude right here. I want to speak on him right quick. I want to speak on him right quick. For real. So we talk about unity, right, and how we inspire each other. You know, I work at Yale. I don't even like talking about my job because I'm an entrepreneur. I don't care about that job stuff. But I'm being real. But I met Trip a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? And yo, he used to build with me about real estate, and I wasn't really there yet. I wanted it, but I just think maybe I had the funds. I don't know. I just wasn't there yet. But I just wanted to say this, to say that, bro, this dude inspired me, like, you know what I'm saying, to start my own, get my own building. And I want to say, big bro, you in person, I'm telling you that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm on my 4 unit, and you a big part of that, bro. Real tough.
And you know what? And to piggyback on what you just saying, he was just talking about you the other night.
Yeah.
He was telling the God right there. He was like, yo, he was like, what? That's my little man, though. Yeah, I build with the God on the regular.
Yeah,
so you know what? And this is crazy that you came here
Yeah.
That's God.
and that he came and that he here.
So yo,
See,
you can not to cut you off or nothing. Let me tap into what you were saying. So with me, you know what I'm saying, I came up rough, street nigga, fullest degree. You know what I'm saying? If it was a degree within the street
that you can graduate and get that high diploma.
So I flipped the coin, and I'm still hustling, but it's legally now. You know what I'm saying? I used to be in the streets, I have a block here, there. I got businesses here, there, and there. Yeah. And I'm gonna keep on. I got houses there, and there. And I'm gonna keep on doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I said to myself, if I could do all that wrong in the street and be in the streets all day, all night, over this way, that way, this way, swinging, slinging, and doing the wrong thing, you know what I'm saying, against my people, against myself, against my family, against all righteous things. Why can't I do it in a good sense?
In a
Why can't
righteous
I do
way.
the same thing in a righteous way, in a good sense? Why can't I do that? And I can.
Excuse me, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
You're doing it.
The question answers itself.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? So in the same token, I like to share my wealth.
Yeah.
I share mine with everybody, all my people.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? If I feel like that, they're gonna absorb it. You know what I'm saying? And not just let it go in one ear and go out the other. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you from the bottom to the top. I'm gonna give it to you all that I know. I'm gonna give it to you 100%. You know what I'm saying? But if I feel like you like, nigga, you ain't really gravitating to it,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna spit it to you too much.
Yeah.
Cause I don't want it to become like I'm preaching.
Man, what you said to me one time though, like don't waste your breath on dead situations,
Right.
right?
Never waste your breath, man, because your breath is your lifeline. So don't keep on saying something to somebody that ain't paying attention to you at that time.
Yeah.
Indeed.
If you ain't paying attention, you can tell if a person is reciprocating on what you're saying. If he understanding or he even wants to gravitate to what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like if I start talking about yo man, I'm talking about this and you like, he ain't really feeling what I'm saying. He ain't really
Yeah,
ready.
you already
He might
know,
not be
yeah.
really ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but I could tell he was ready,
Yeah.
but he had some other things that he needed to clean up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Like maybe his credit, or maybe he was stacking them funds. Maybe he wanted. I know he had his son, so he's probably trying to get that right.
Yeah, facts.
He had a nice apartment. He was trying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was telling him, you still could do it, bro. You
Yeah.
still could do it.
Facts.
Just make the move. A lot of people hesitate. Our people hesitate.
hesitate.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, listen, we could do it, man.
Why do you think
It's
some people,
nothing.
why do you think we hesitate? Like so many of us.
Yo, you know what?
Cause the same jewels you gave me, I'm giving it to other people, like my younger bros.
Wow.
And I can
That's
see
powerful.
the hesitation.
powerful.
I'm like, bro, you just gotta do it. You feel what I'm saying?
That's powerful.
Mhm.
Yo, why I think we hesitate so much is that I think people think like when you say real estate, we typically speaking on real estate now. When you speak on real estate to people like, yo, you should get, invested in multifamily. You know what I'm saying? They get all paranoid. Oh, what am I gonna do when things go wrong? What am I gonna do when I need some plumbing or carpentry work or something happened?
Yeah.
That's not even the problem. You don't think about that.
True
Man.
indeed.
You know what I'm saying? You
True
don't think
indeed.
about that.
Right.
Because the same person that told you about this, link in with them and they can give you all
Tap
of
you
that.
in the plumber, they gonna tap you in the electrician.
If I'm talking this to you,
Right.
surely I got the connection
True
with
indeed.
a carpenter, a plumber, or
indeed. For the low.
Because if I don't, then I'm lying.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You can pull my card if I'm
Facts.
there. Yo, come on, how you speaking on something he don't even know?
True indeed.
How you speaking on something he don't even got the additives that's needed to
True
that?
indeed.
You know
Like
what I'm saying?
assets.
Facts.
So you know
Love that, man.
that's how you do.
That's the gold trip right there.
But you
man.
know what though? That's true what he said. You know what? How you can speak on something, right? If you ain't got the additives to that, right?
Right.
How you gonna speak to this child when you never showed this child no love? You ain't got no additives to your child.
Facts.
You know? How you gonna get mad when this child is not showing no love in the community, but this child don't show love to you?
Right.
You can't get mad. So obviously somewhere somebody's doing something wrong. Somebody don't have the right tools.
Right.
You know? And like he said, if he gonna say something, he gonna put his stamp on it. It's gonna be golden.
True indeed.
You know? And that's what a lot of brothers don't understand about unity. Let your expression be your truth.
Facts.
Don't dazzle me with brilliance and blind me with bullshit.
Facts.
If you don't got it, don't say, yo, God, I got it for you, this, that, and the third. Because if you really want me to have it, I will have it.
Right.
You're showing love. You're showing unity.
Right.
You trying to uplift me as I'm trying to uplift you.
Right,
Right.
man. And listen, man, and for another thing, I love my people, man. You know what I'm saying? I might have was being a idiot back in my youth. You know what I'm saying?
Adolescent
But I
days.
love my people, man. My people first.
Facts.
You understand me?
Facts.
If they ask me who, I'm saying my people first. And I
Facts.
mean that. You know what I'm saying? So I never want to do nothing against none of my people. I never want to hurt them. I never want to say nothing against them. Nothing. If I see a brother, one of my people fall down, that's not funny to me.
Facts.
That's not funny to me. If I see my brother homeless or he can't make it or don't have no need, that's not funny to me. You know what I'm saying? So I want to. So however I shine, I want to see my brother do the same.
Exactly.
I want to see my sister do the
Exactly.
same. So why not share the wealth? I think I'm gonna keep that for myself.
Facts.
Can't
Nah,
go
man,
with
I'ma
it.
Share that, man. I'm gonna share that, man.
That's love.
Only
wanna
things,
see that,
only,
man.
only things gonna happen to your wealth is gonna be not to cut your wisdom.
Right.
It's gonna be self-centered people
Right.
fighting over your wealth,
Yeah, man.
and those that's fighting over your wealth wasn't respecting you when you had your wealth for the simple fact, because now they showing their true colors. You know?
So I want to ask y'all older brothers, OGs, a question. So, us, right, as entrepreneurs, we deal with opportunists a lot, right? We're going to just speak on it. It's real. How do we as, we want to give, the jewels to people, like our people, but sometimes people ain't really genuine with them jewels that you give them. You know what I
Happen
mean?
all the time,
And then they end up kind of like trying to take advantage of you.
Mind you, I just spoke on that earlier. I said, all shoulders ain't nothing to lean on or cry on. Because sometimes when you go to lean on the shoulder, it's a running mouth.
Right.
Understand who you be as a person first. And like I said earlier, you can't expect him to be like you.
Right.
He can't expect him to be like him, right? Loyalty is embedded.
Right.
You're born with it. Either you're born with it or you don't have it.
Right.
All right. You know how that goes about. You met this man. You gonna answer your own question. You met this man. He gave you a jewel and everything, right? Was building with you, right? And he showed you the forefront of what you need to do, right? Where you at?
I'm in a better position.
Okay,
Man. Yeah.
you went through what you went through
Yes, sir.
to get to where you at. Somebody threw a jewel at you. Where you at?
Better position. Yeah.
Okay, once you let those childish antics go with dealing with those that you really thought love you, where you at? Yet we in the struggle, and we respect the struggle.
Yeah.
But you know,
Go ahead.
but the thing with the struggle is, once you go through that struggle, and you see that struggle you go through, you're going to put your stamp on it. You're going to stay here. For the simple fact, you understand it and you respect it. A lot of people fake like they understand that struggle, but they don't understand that struggle. That's why they take things on face value. And get to sliding. That's why they're not genuine. A lot of people don't know what genuine means. A lot of people don't know what genuine represent, what purpose it shows. You're genuine. You ain't coming here like, oh yeah, I think I'm better. You know what I mean? I got a building, this, that, and third. You being genuine and sincere about spitting jewels, dropping diamonds, letting these people understand where you come from to where you at to where you going. Right? I can't expect this person right here that never had no love, don't understand love, to understand what I'm trying to give them.
Right.
So what you do, you guide them. Yo, come on, bro. I'm going to snatch you up under my wing. I'm going to show you something, right? Now, whether he showed the same initiative when he get to where he be at or he don't, but guess what? It can't deter you because you know what? You did your Justice Cipher born. You uplifted one. Now, how far as he keep that and hold that is upon him.
Right.
Well, if he elevate, he elevate. If he don't, he don't. But guess what? Your Justice Cipher born is done. You know?
That's your job. Just for those, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, hold up. Yeah, I'm speaking the language, but Justice Cipher born is your job.
That's your job.
Yeah.
You know what
We
I
got
mean?
like 5 more months. I want
Understand that truth.
I want Trip to build, and then we're gonna come back to A gonna close
So
it
hit
out.
me with the question again.
Basically what I was saying was, how do you deal with
Decipher from real and fake, right?
Well,
Pretty
more
much.
so, like I do believe in unity, right? I think it's important. That's why we're here, right? Everybody's here because we want to unite. We are united. Yeah, me and Shakim done broke bread. Me and Aaron, these my brothers right here, right? In real life. But what I'm saying is, we want to help our people out. But what about the people that are opportunists and they're out here, especially as you climb, and some of your friends be the biggest opportunists.
Right.
And because they're your childhood friends, you try to help them out, but they really don't mess with you like that. They just around because they know you're doing your thing.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
So I want to know, how do you deal with that, dealing with opportunists, even though you want to help your people?
It's a
You know
good
what I mean?
question first though. So here's the thing. You being who you are, right? Having knowledge and self, and a wise young fella. You gotta be able to decipher that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to be able to decipher that. You have to be able to decipher that. You have to be able to decipher that. Me, I have to be able to say himself. You know what I'm saying? We have to be able to know who's who. You know what I'm saying? Who's spitting game, who's spitting the truth, phony, who don't really know what he talking about. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to decipher that.
Or who don't even really want nothing. They just want to be like they want something.
Listen, there's 4 kind of people in the world, man. It's those that go get it, those that watch it happen, those that wish it happened, and those that don't got a fucking clue.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real, man. I love that. I love that. Love that.
100%. Well, that's in closing, man. I'd like to shout out these brothers for giving each other flowers. As you can see, we got some young brothers here, we got some older brothers here, and we connected, man. So we got to kill that narrative that we can't come together as older brothers and younger brothers and we can't unite. You know what I'm saying? We showing unity right here. I like to big up, bro. But, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Showing Trip his flowers off the rip. He had no
Dope,
problem
man.
letting them know.
Facts only.
Respect. You know what I'm saying?
Man. I was telling my girl about you one day, like, and then when Shakim hit me, I'm like, it's crazy. I was just talking about, bro. Like,
Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man.
He the one who started always selling sneakers too.
Sure
He was,
did,
he
you know
was the
what I'm
first
saying?
person like to pull up on like all the sneakers, like like mad shit in the trunk. And, like he was like, yo, put me on game. Him and Frank, you know what I'm saying?
Sure did, yeah.
Frank was actually gave me like a job, like that was like one of like my first jobs when I came back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was hustling. He was like, nah. I asked him, like he's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For a little while, but they was the first 2 people to inspire me to even do clothes.
That
I was
is-
selling CDs and DVDs before that, and weed. But
Facts. You know what I'm saying? So,
We all got hustle in us,
Mhm.
man. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? We all got hustle
Room
in
full
us.
of hustlers, man.
Yes.
You just gotta bring it out of you sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sometimes it be tucked away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gotta force it out of you.
Right. Sometimes some of us just got it on our tempo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Straight like that.
Every moment of the hour, man, I think about
You thinking about money,
Right, man.
elevating.
bettering my situation, man, in
Facts.
some shape, form, or fashion. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, physically,
Physically,
spiritually,
emotionally,
something, man.
something's gonna
Every day,
give.
man. Every day, man.
You know what I mean?
Listen, when I don't, man, I feel depressed, man. I got to every day.
And you-
Every day. I got to do
Trent,
something, man.
And you know my saying. And yo, if y'all don't know my saying, you about to know it now.
Say it, Lord.
Oatmeal is better than no meal, nigga. I'm gonna eat.
Like that. I'm still that.
I'm gonna eat.
None of that. None of that.
So some way, shape, form, or fashion. If I make $3 more than I had earlier, I'm golden.
I tell you, man.
Up.
I'm up. I'm up 3. You know, and I'm gonna try to be up 9
Right.
in a minute. You know.
Yo, that's a good one. Yeah. That's beautiful,
So
man.
when you swollen chicks out there, I'm around.
Yeah.
Right here, fellas, y'all see what it is. The first episode. We'd like to thank everybody
Love
for tuning in. Way more to come. This is a powerful session.
No doubt. Hell yeah.
Baby. Ah,
Keep me light.
Better way than most.
You know what I'm saying?
Conversations with God. This money got me going straight. Talk to my mom. She told me hold it down and just pray. Look at my kids. That's my motivation today. All my niggas dead. I'ma hold it down till the conversations with God. This money got me going straight. Talk to my mom. She told me hold it down and just pray. Look at my kids. That's my motivation today. All my niggas dead. I'ma hold it down to the grave. Dear God, why you got me?